So what's up everyone, I am back. This time I'm doing something a little bit different. Don't mind the ads. So when it comes to gaming news, it's something that I don't really talk about on my channel all that much. But it's something that I pay attention to a decent amount. One of the stories that have kind of popped up recently, at least on my Twitter feed, I don't know how big it is outside of that, is Xbox is confirming that that the Game Pass leads to a decline in sales, which realistically, in some kind of statement, they said there was a 15% decline in sales for the next 12 months after they're released on Game Pass. A lot of PlayStation people are kind of honing in on Microsoft. Realistically, it's kind of a witch hunt on both sides. Me, I just want good games. I don't care what system I have to play it on, unless it's my Switch, because I don't want to turn that thing on and play at 30 frames if I don't have to. My honest opinion on this is that, sure, when it comes to actual sales of the game itself, there will be a decline on what the game is projected to sell for 12 months. But I mean, so just recently I got into Chivalry 2 and I bought a good amount of cosmetics just because I like the game so much, and it is on Game Pass, but I wanted to support more so than just playing it, the developers. And I feel like more people are doing things like that, buying season passes, kind of any in-game purchases. They're more likely to do that, so it's kind of I won't necessarily say free-to-play sales method, but along those lines. And honestly, Microsoft pays to get the games onto their service, so sure, sales in games might decline a little bit, but when it comes to affecting a company's bottom line, that's to be seen. I don't know if it hurts more or actually helps. This story here on Kotaku, and I will link all of these stories in the description. It doesn't really go into how it affects the bottom line. It just says that, yeah, for the next 12 months, your game is going to decline in sales, which goes without saying if you go on a Game Pass. So another big story that's been released is this one's on Gamerant. It's about Hogwarts Legacy, and I'm going to be getting into some Hogwarts Legacy. I've kind of kept quiet on the topic here for a while. I have been playing it. It's just kind of iffy. I don't know if I want to make content or actually record content when it comes to playing the game for my channel, just because it's definitely a touch and go subject right now. But according to Gamerant, and I guess more than Gamerant, but Hogwarts Legacy smashed a bunch of physical game sales records in the UK. So there's a lot of asterisks that come along with this story specifically. But it's definitely interesting to me to see how people have jumped on to the Hogwarts Legacy train. I'm enjoying the game, I will say that. It's a good game. I haven't really ever been all that big on watching the Harry Potter movies or reading the books or anything, but this game has piqued my interest in trying to get into it. I know a lot of people who have played the game are not going to do that just out of not necessarily spite, but that's the words coming to mind. Hogwarts Legacy is a massive sales success so far, beating launch sales records previously set by the Harry Potter and Sorcerer's Stone video game. Let's see, Hogwarts Legacy and Elden Ring are both open world action. Yeah, I mean, we all know that. I've seen kind of comparisons on people getting like Witcher vibes out of this game. I don't necessarily get that. I mean, it's open world fantasy, I guess. But no, here it is. Hogwarts Legacy physical sales for its first week in the UK are 80% higher than Elden Ring. honestly, it's super impressive. I mean, you have to give it that for sure. Because it's only on three systems. I don't even know if it's 3. So it's Xbox Series X, PS5, and PC. So Elden Ring came out on all of them, even last gen. So the fact that it sold 80% higher than Elden Ring physically, definitely impressive. I want to say that it's because people who weren't interested in it because of all the I guess hype would be the word around it. Definitely, and let's be honest here, Harry Potter is a huge name. A lot more people have heard of Harry Potter, and with the news stories going around it, have gotten people interested in the game. I mean, that's what happened to me. I wasn't gonna buy it day one, but seeing everybody playing it and knowing that it's actually a good game, out of the box essentially, got me to buy it. I am interested in knowing where this game goes here in the future. I don't necessarily think it should be a games as a service, but if they just keep it as is and go, so if they keep it as is and start working on a new one versus doing DLC, I don't know which way would kind of work out best. I haven't finished the game, so I can't tell if the story has come full circle on it yet. But when it comes to Harry Potter, there's been a good amount of Harry Potter things that happened. So this is on Kotaku again. I'm not big on Kotaku's website, honestly. I used to like it, but not big on it now. In this story, Hogwarts Legacy Steam forums are a mess right now. We'll get into it. While not every Harry Potter fan is a transphobe like J.K. Rowling, the open world RPG Hogwarts Legacy seems to bring out the most dedicated bigots out in full force. As of the pre-launch period, the game's discussion forums on Steam, PC, transphobic posts from people who clearly need to touch grass. Also, the Wired article, which I don't want to bring up right now, kind of, instead of reporting on the game and taking the game at face value versus all of the everything that comes along, all the extra baggage. I will say, so let me state my opinion when it comes to LGBTQ. No matter who you are, I love you. I mean, realistically, you're my friend until something happens for you to not become my friend, and you choosing or anything in your personal life is not going to affect how I think of you. I think more people should think that way. I'm a gamer at heart. I always have been. Well, not always, but for the most part, my whole life. So that's why I bought the game. I'm not doing it to have any statement behind it. I'm not going to say trans rights are political either. I mean, they are human rights. So I'm going to get that out of the way now. And yeah, they are human rights. I'm not going to say you are politics, because you're not. You matter. But when it comes to things like this, essentially fighting fire with fire, it's not going to change anyone's hearts, man. One of my favorite lyrics from a band called August Burns Red is, "How many have you pushed away and how many have you saved?" Which that's talking about religion versus things like this, but it's kind of along the same lines as, again, fighting fire with fire. It doesn't work. There's better ways of going about it instead of people who clearly need to touch grass. Yes, people who are transphobic don't deserve the time of day, and that's how it should be. But as a gaming website talking about a video game, telling people that they need to go touch grass, I mean, what is this? The Wired article is just as bad, maybe even worse, because that one's actually about the game versus like edited editorializing the actual story itself. And one last thing from Hogwarts. First major Hogwarts Legacy update is here. PS5 update delayed. No real news behind it. It's just, honestly, it's a lot of bug fixes, it looks like. Nothing real important. Well, I shouldn't say nothing important, but nothing that'll change the world. Excuse me. I don't know when it's out. Just something interesting that I wanted to talk about, and I accidentally clicked on my next story. Alright, and so for my last story, it's about The Last of Us TV show, which is not a I haven't even talked about this show at all on my channel. I am watching it. I haven't watched episode 5, but this is about episode 3 and how people, I don't want to say homophobes, because I haven't read the reviews, to be fair, but people are review bombing The Last of Us because of what happened in episode 3. Episode 3, I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but it was one of the most beautiful stories I've seen, at least in recent memory. It affected me. And that's what I look for in movies and shows, really any type of media. That's why I like horror movies, is because it actually affects me. But again, getting off topic, but episode 3 was an amazing story about a homosexual couple and their story. And like I said, I can't talk this episode up any more than I already do, or already am, but it's an amazing episode. You can feel the love between these two, and you can tell that they loved each other. Another thing, so this show, The Last of Us specifically, at least on the first episode, something I'm sure a lot of people who have played the game have noticed, but I thought it was actually quite impressive. It wasn't really brought up. Was Joel's daughter and how they changed her race in the first episode. I commend everybody for not making a huge deal out of it. They're like, oh, she's not white anymore. Okay. Whoever the actress is who played that daughter, or Joel's daughter, I think did an amazing job. Again, that was another moment I knew it was coming. But she was still able to make me feel attached within that one episode. Amazing job. This show, amazing. I don't know what I'm gonna do for their episode 2 though, or season 2, because I never played the game. I honestly don't really have any interest in playing the game. I don't have the story pulled up here, but The Last of Us game is actually charting again because of the show, I'm assuming. So really cool. That's just a couple stories that I thought were interesting. I want to do more of these videos for sure, talking about gaming news and things like that. So if you enjoyed it, and even if you didn't, I'll work on it. I know this probably wasn't the best thing or best episode I've ever made, but I actually thought it was really fun. But if you liked it, or if you didn't, you could comment, let me know what you didn't like, what you did like, if you even like this kind of series. And remember, you matter. Everybody matters. Something like I talked about with the Hogwarts stuff, you matter. I appreciate and love each and every one of you guys that take your time out of your lives to spend some time with me and watch me play games. And hopefully from here on out, every so often, I'm not going to do this as like an everyday thing. Maybe I don't know. But I truly appreciate all of you guys. And you guys have a good one.